Assumption testing is all about making sure that you meet the conditions you need before you do a statistical test. So when we test assumptions, we're basically making sure that we can appropriately interpret the results of a statistical analysis. You can think of assumption testing as meeting the conditions for playing a game. So for example, if you are going to play a game of soccer, then you need a soccer ball, the nets, the field where you play, the appropriate number of players, and so on. All of the things that you need before you can actually play a game of soccer. There are three possible outcomes that can happen when you do assumption testing. In the first case, you can meet your assumptions. In this case, it's easy because it means that you can go ahead and complete your statistical test and the results can be appropriately interpreted. In other cases, you may violate your assumptions. In the case where the violation is mild, you might be able to continue on to do this statistical test while making slight adjustments in the analysis that you do. So an example of this would be, say you have the number of players and the nets and everything, but you're going to play soccer in a gym instead of a field. So it's slightly different, but you can still play the game of soccer. In the last case, you can have severe violations of assumptions. And in this case, you cannot go on to complete the statistical test because if you do, then the results are going to be uninterpretable, misleading, or just completely wrong. So for example, if you were getting ready to play soccer and you only had a ping pong ball, that game of soccer with a ping pong ball, whether you play it or not, is going to look completely different from what a normal soccer game would look like. Each statistical test will have its own set of assumptions that you need to check before you go on to do that test.